Are you ready to go the distance with Tricia's Disney pick? Or will Melinda deliver a Jurassic sized knockout punch with her universal choice on this episode of Theme Park Throwdown?
Hey everyone, and welcome to the official first episode of Theme Park Throwdown. I'm Melinda.
And I'm Tricia.
And every episode, we are going to pit Universal Orlando Resort against Walt Disney World to see which one truly reigns supreme in the theme park world. Before we dive into the first battle, you're going to need some background info. So each week, I, Melinda, will be Universal's warrior, while Tricia will be brawling for Disney World. We are going to choose one general topic or characteristic about each property and then really break it down and kind of find out the details as to who does it best and why. And we thought this would be a great way to join both sides of the theme park fans together and have some cool discussions. So, Tricia, you want to take it from here?
Let's talk a little bit about ourselves first and why we love our respective parks. For me, I grew up on Disney movies, but less so in the parks as a kid. My family went twice, and I didn't go back until more recently when I was an adult, taking my daughter for the first time. Since then, my passion for Disney has exploded. I became a travel advisor for Portkey Vacations. You might hear that name a few more times. I also became an annual pass holder, and I started participating in the Run Disney event, finishing my first half marathon at the age of 40, which would have been just a few weeks ago.
Because you a boss.
As they say in Inside Out, I would die for Disney, or something along those lines.
And I have been a Universal Studios addict since I was a little kid, and I am a lover of all things Halloween Horror Nights now, but I am also a card-carrying Disney adult. Like Tricia, I am also a travel agent with Portkey Vacations and really love just all things travel and all things theme park, and I love passing that knowledge on to my clients and my friends and families. I have two young boys who keep me on my toes, and I have created some monsters in them because they are obsessed with Universal and the parks in general as much as I am. So, I guess I only have myself to blame for that one. So, but with that intro, I think we are ready to get off the ropes and start the first battle. Our topic this week is going to be the original Orlando parks. That would be Magic Kingdom for Walt Disney World and Universal Studios Florida. So, Tricia, you want to throw the first punch out there and give us the download on Magic Kingdom?
Disney World started humbly with just the Magic Kingdom, opening on October 1st, 1971. We're setting a scene here. You gotta vote. You gotta vote for the underdog. Walt was a visionary.
As if Disney World was ever humble. Okay.
Hey, I'm trying to sell my story. Walt was, Walt was a visionary and a pioneer in theme park biz, unlike my challenger who joined the party almost 20 years later. Like Elsa and Anna, sans the magical freezing powers, Magic Kingdom was a project completed out of brotherly love, with Roy Disney carrying on Walt's legacy after his passing. Magic Kingdom was born out of Walt's desire to have a park that captured the past on Main Street while embracing adventure, getting lost in the whimsy of fairy tales, and exploring the future through the various lands that circle one of the most iconic landmarks in the world, Cinderella Castle.
I do have to give you that one. I mean,
I know.
yeah.
Me personally, I had everything to do with that.
Well, sure. Yeah. I mean, there's no debating that castle is everything. So,
After staring in awe at the castle, head left into Adventureland, where you can experience the classic dad jokes of the Jungle Cruise, explore the Swiss Family Treehouse. Okay, so really quick side story. The first time we took my daughter, we had just shown her the Swiss Family Robinson, and we told her about this tree house, and she's like, I want to go see the Swiss cheese family house. So it's now called the Swiss
Oh.
cheese family house in our family. Anyway.
I like that better.
And search for you can also search for Loot with Captain Jack Sparrow in Pirates of the Caribbean. Adventureland is currently getting a bit of a facelift with a state-of-the-art cars attraction currently in development and Big Thunder Mountain's new track, which should be opening later this year. You can still make
I hope
Yeah,
so.
right? It's Okay, first year as an annual pass holder, favorite ride in the park, didn't get to ride it the entire year because it was down. I'm not bitter.
That's terrible.
You can still make a splash on Tiana's Bayou Adventure and celebrate the victory of overcoming that massive drop with some sweet beignets. Although small,
Yum.
Liberty Square is home to the famous Haunted Mansion. Call Melinda out. I know she likes that one.
I love that one. My fave. It's my son's fave too. I was so nervous to take him on it because I thought he was going to be scared because he's scared of everything and he's obsessed with it now. So nice little surprise
I
there.
think that Universal-esque part of your family rubbed off on him, made him braver for that.
Yeah, I guess so.
And then we enter Fantasyland, which was fully refurbished in 2012, where you can be surrounded by stories like Peter Pan, The Little Mermaid, and Snow White with her posse. Round things out with one of the most underrated areas, Tomorrowland, which really comes to life at night with the help of Tron, Space Mountain, and one of my favorites, the Tomorrowland People Mover.
It's my favorite too.
I love that ride. It goes inside.
I absolutely love the People Mover.
I love that it goes inside Space Mountain, especially if Space Mountain is
Yeah.
ever down. You can see the inner workings. I just like that part. But
Yeah, it is really cool. And it is really beautiful at night.
And if that's not enough, a new Villains theme land is set to open in the next 3 years. Of course.
I'm not holding my breath.
Okay, I was gonna say 2030. Well, for real, y'all. I know I'm shooting myself in the foot. I was gonna say 2030, and then I was like, no, I can't say that. That sounds like a decade away, but it probably will be a decade. Let's be honest. You know,
I am excited for that
I've
though.
been taking my daughter to Disney for 8 years, and she's only been able to ride the train all the way around the park like 2 times because of Tron, and then now this Cars Land thing. I'm like, for the love of Walt, I guess. I don't know. Anyway.
For the love of Walt. There you go.
Of course, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention some of the food highlights. Do you like bread, Melinda?
Sure.
Do you like cheese?
Sure.
I
do love cheese. I do love cheese.
How about a garlic bread tower with a lovely cheese sauce that you can drizzle over it? Yeah. Want a quick bite that tastes similar?
Yay.
Head to Tomorrowland and grab yourself a cream cheese filled Mickey pretzel. Yes, who doesn't love a mouse shaped snack? Or maybe you want to put your life in your own hands and try the giant turkey leg. You'll be the envy of everyone you walk by.
Absolutely not.
Well, or you'll be the source of why everyone's looking slightly green when you walk by.
So is this your way of saying that you basically are conceding this point of it, that just the food in Magic Kingdom is just
I
don't know why.
will die on the fact that Mickey-shaped foods taste better. I don't know if they necessarily taste better than the food offerings in the park you're just about to talk about.
No, I'll give you that. A little bit more whimsy, add something for sure. So now we're going to move on to my beloved Universal Studios Florida. And this is, even though it's the oldest park at Universal, it is my favorite park in Universal Orlando Resort. So Universal Studios Florida, or USF for short, opened on June 9th, 1990, following Universal Studios Hollywood's success after that opened in the 80s. So you want to come at me about USF being newer, but it existed a long time ago too. So Universal executives knew that Disney World needed some competition in the Orlando area, and they weren't scared. And so they hoped that they could capitalize on that with this park. The current lands you can find at Universal Studios, going clockwise around the park, starting when you enter the front gates, are Minions Land on Illuminations Avenue, New York, San Francisco, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter Diagon Alley, World Expo, Springfield, DreamWorks Land, and Hollywood.
It's a lot.
So the park opened with this It is a lot. There's a lot going on there. There's a lot going on there, but each one has its nice little perks. The park opened with the slogan, "See the stars, ride the movies." And the creators really wanted to bring the movies to life in the parks. And I feel like they have done that to a much greater extent than Disney has. Just the immersiveness and the detail of all of the lands and all of the rides alone, I feel like puts Universal head and shoulders above Disney World. You're not just sitting in a boat and going around and looking at
Hey,
stuff
if you want to,
moving on the walls.
okay, it is super immersive
Listen.
to see the creepy dolls in It's a Small World, okay? You are immersed in a nightmare.
Oh, you're immersed in something, that is for sure. Okay, but you want to compare that to walking into Diagon Alley and seeing the Ukrainian Iron Belly on Gringotts Bank, or waiting in the queue for E.T. and spotting some of the little icons like the Speak and Spell in E.T.'s ship. Universal just puts incredible things all around you, everywhere you look, and I can't think of a lot of attractions or lands at Disney World apart from, I'll give it to Galaxy's Edge in Hollywood Studios. They did a great job with the immersiveness and the detail of that land. But especially looking at Magic Kingdom, I don't feel like there's anywhere in that park that has that. So that's one little take there.
Oh, that was a gut punch. Oh,
Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Universal Studios currently has 13 rides, with the 14th, which is the newly announced Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift. Don't get me started on that name, because it's a Hollywood Drift roller coaster, but they're putting it in Orlando, but it's not going in the Hollywood section of the park. It's going in the New York section of the park. I can't. Anyways, that is being built as we speak. So I feel like I'm a little salty. I feel like another point for this round needs to go to Universal, because of the way that they have not only increased the number of rides, but how they have built their rides since opening, and keeping up with more modern IPs and state-of-the-art technology. And Magic Kingdom has some very nostalgic, old school crowd pleasers, and I can definitely say something about nostalgia. That is my favorite part about any theme park that I go into, is just that feeling that you get, and that, I don't know, that feeling like you're home when you are on a ride or experiencing an attraction about a property that you really love. But I feel like Universal is really focused on both keeping the old school crowd pleasers like Shrek and Men in Black, but still investing in newer properties and newer IPs. And like we kind of mentioned before, I'm not going to go on anymore about how long it takes Disney to build a new ride or attraction. Tron.
you know,
So,
you might as well say they
there's
already
that.
had the blueprints too for Tron, since it is overseas. Go on, just put the last nail in the coffin.
Okay, so the last point that I'll give to Universal is that they obviously have the upper hand on food. Magic Kingdom is notorious for having the worst food on Walt Disney World property, but Universal Studios Florida, especially recently, has no shortage of quality food options, way better than anything you're going to find at that Mouse House. So some of their more recent additions, like Minions Cafe, which is one of my absolute favorites, get their honeymoon soup and grilled cheese because it is phenomenal. And Today Cafe, I know, gets rave reviews, and they're really big crowd pleasers. So
Do you want to know the saddest thing about visiting Universal? Is
I
have a
do.
picky eater, and I've never
Okay.
been in Today Cafe. And I've always wanted to go in there,
What?
but I'm always with her, and she's just like, I don't want anything in here. And I'm like, I just walk by and
I mean, that
mourn
makes sense.
as I pass the front, but someday I'll put in there.
Yeah. I get it. I mean, it definitely is a little bit more of a, I want to say like adult palette, but I don't think that's the right way to word it. They don't have the stuff for picky eaters. They don't have the chicken tenders and French fries
Which is
or
okay.
hamburgers that
you can
kids really
Yeah,
want.
you can go elsewhere in the park. They still have that in the park.
Exactly.
I just think it's a good option
Exactly.
too, because there's a lot of, like, fresh stuff on there and a lot of things if people are looking for, like,
Yeah.
healthier options so that, when you're on, like, Transformers or something, you're not getting thrown around side to side, your, fried chicken's not coming back up on you.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. Little bit lighter food in there. You can get some really good salads. I feel like they have a really good rotating menu too. Like they I guess not rotating menu, that's not the right way to put it, but they are editing the menu quite often
Mm.
to bring new things in and it's just got really good reviews. So, I feel like that's much better than your bread and cheese. Your your Mickey pretzel that you could throw against a wall and it'll burst into pieces.
You put cream cheese in it, and it reconstitutes the pretzel part. I'm just saying.
No. No. Although they do have the Shrexel in DreamWorks Land, which like it's cute and it's got its green cheese, but
I can't.
you know,
Like, that I
it's
can't. Yeah. I saw it, and I'm like,
it's a bit much.
I just couldn't. But hey, you know what? They gotta have something for everybody, so.
No, that's definitely true. 100%. I mean, I absolutely, like I said, I love the Magic Kingdom, but I think if you're really breaking it down like this, you got to give it to Universal.
I don't know,
They
though.
just know what they're doing.
Younger kids, like, a core memory, I'm bringing it back to Inside Out. The first time we took Lorelai, she was 4 years old, and my husband is a good husband. He does not put her on his shoulders during the fireworks because we're not those people. And if you are those people, this is a public safety announcement. Yeah, don't do that. So he's got her, and I'm standing next to them, and I just hear this tiny little whisper just slightly above my head, "Best day ever." So, like, going to Magic Kingdom for
Oh,
kids is the best day ever, or for
I get
kids
it.
at heart, like
I
me.
get it. Aw, no, I understand it. I certainly have had those moments. I took my kids to Disney World for the first time this year, and I am not going to go into specifics of how just embarrassingly hard I cried watching them watch Happily Ever After on the castle. It was obnoxious. However, my children have been going to Universal since they were 3 months old.
Ooh.
And I feel like my 7-year-old now is as well versed in that park as I am. And he's just, he loves it. You have more room to grow with Universal.
Mm.
It's not just for the kids, it's for everybody. I know Disney is too.
But I think it's good to get it out there. But I think both parks can be for everybody. There's things
Absolutely.
that you can take young kids on. There's things for, like, older adults if they have trouble with, like, movement or, like, getting, kind of jumbled around. There's stuff for everyone at either park. I think that's, like, they're flush in Orlando with some great options, let's just say that.
They are. And I feel like Universal does get a bad rep for just like, oh, it's only good if your kids are like 10 and up or 12 and up. It's only good if you like thrill rides. That is not it, especially in the more recent years. I don't find that to be true at all. Like, no, I'm not going to. Obviously, the young kids aren't going to be able to go on the big e-ticket attractions. They're not going to be going on the Velocicoaster
Yeah.
or the Hagrids. But I mean, the first time I took my son on Spider-Man, he lost his mind because it's just so exciting and it's still a property that he knows and that he loves. So, yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to like cater to the younger kids, but it's for everybody.
Yeah.
So I really hate it when people are afraid to take their younger kids to Universal. But I also hate the whole Disney adult. I don't even know what you want to call it. The people that like look down on the Disney adults because
Mhm.
dang it, sometimes I do want to go and be a kid in Magic Kingdom.
Right? I mean, I've had the luxury of taking a couple of trips either by myself or with my husband, and, like, I don't know. I come
Yeah.
from Wisconsin. We're like the land of beer and bars, but I don't like taking my daughter into those places because it's just like there's not much for her to do there, and so it kinda carries over, like,
Yeah.
lounges are great for adults, but I mean, kids are welcome there, but you can just enjoy it more as an adult, and I think Disney has really, like, recognized that, and they're creating spaces,
Yeah.
where it's adult only and, like, so again, it's for everyone.
Yeah. And I definitely have noticed that trend lately as well with the Beacon Barrel, or what's the name of the one that opened at Epcot? The
GO82.
Geo 82. Yes. I remembered the Geo, but not the number. Um, I do like that they're adding those experiences and in kind of giving the adults that are in the park alone that break from all the chaos of the kids. I love being able to take my kids into those parks, absolutely. But I also love my solo trip. If y'all have not solo traveled, you need to do it.
Mhm.
I don't care where you go. I don't care what you do, but I I gain so much peace from solo travel, and I think it's something that everybody should experience. You have to learn to have fun by yourself. Um, and I
100%.
love my solo trips.
That was so well
Yes,
said.
I've got a solo trip coming on. Oh, thanks. I've got a solo trip coming up in March, and I'm going to the other side, y'all. I am doing a full Disney trip. All right, I think it's about time to wrap up this fight, and we can see who won this battle. Who do you think delivered the knockout punch? Do you think you can deliver an uppercut to give your side an advantage? Let us know your thoughts, and you can vote in our Who Won weekly poll on social media.
We are at Theme Park Throwdown on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. You can also shoot us an email at themeparkthrowdown@gmail.com. And if you need to plan your next vacation, reach out to either one of us for all your travel needs. Just go to portkeyvacations.com and fill out a quote request form to get started. And don't forget to request myself, Tricia, or Melinda to be your advisor. That's it for this throwdown. See you next week in the ring.